What's happening? What's happening out there? We're going to talk about a little bit of something. We're going to talk about throwing a rock and hiding your hands. Can you hear me now? Can hold on, let me a second. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here with y'all a little bit this morning. We're just going to touch on a little bit of throwing a rock and hiding your hands. And fellas, you've noticed this over the course of your years, even if you're a young man growing up, middle aged, elderly. Just think about it. You in a relationship, a marriage, and one minute it seems that everything is going fine. Then the next minute, the smallest, slightest thing. And what I'm saying is, I'm not even talking about or leaning towards, okay, maybe this woman is going, she's on her period, PMSing, and I ain't talking about none of that stuff. Because really, that's no excuse either. If they take care of themselves and they eat right, and they go to the doctor and they actually are hands-on and dealing with the imbalances within themselves, they can control that also. Not as far as like the cramps, the pains, or whatever they go through, but as far as being a just outright jackass to their men, they can control that shit. That ain't no fucking excuse either. And a lot of them will try to lean on that and use that as an excuse, along with the throwing a rock and hiding your hand concept, because they do that a lot. They've mastered that over the years. You ever notice how when they get in their little moods to where they want to bombard you with shit, and the whole purpose of them coming at you like that is so that you're spending all your time and your energy replying, rebuttaling. You're basically defending yourself the whole time. That's all your energy is going towards defending yourself. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Well, the reason why I did this, the reason why I did that. No, I didn't. Well, wait a minute. All the time, the whole time. And that's a tactic to distract you basically from even thinking about concentrating or paying attention or looking at what she may be doing that she ain't got no business doing. Because you're not going to have time to even think about that because you're constantly defending yourself, right? And this is another reason why they constantly bitch and complain. It's constantly your fault. So if she's slipping out and fucking around with somebody else, you're not going to be thinking in that manner because you're thinking of, okay, how can I fix what's wrong? What am I doing wrong? Let me concentrate on me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. When the actuality is it might not be you at all. It's just a distraction mechanism they use. And this is one of the common things that they call themselves complaining about. That's not really necessarily a complaint. It can be something that men normally do or you normally do. And when you guys first met, this is what you do. This is your hobby. This is your thing. You work out a lot. Okay. No, it wasn't a problem. That's probably one of the things that attracted her to you, that she liked you for that. Now, all of a sudden, that is a problem. Well, why are you working out so long? You don't have to work out for 1.5, 2 hours. Why are you? Wait a minute. I was doing this before you even came into the picture. And if you choose to leave, I'll be doing this well after you're gone. So why is it a problem now? See, as you respond, defending yourself, well, what is she doing? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. When they start to, the deflection mechanisms that they throw out there. Let's check out this friend zone with the good guy things. And we all know they don't like good guys. Come on. They like the danger. They like the adventure. It doesn't matter if they hugged up with a box of wine in a bedroom crying, oh, why did you do this to me? I can't believe he fucked all those girls. Why isn't he calling me? All right. Because in their mind, a good guy wouldn't be fucking all those girls. Wouldn't have all those women in rotation in the little black book. I know y'all youngins don't know about the little black book in this digital age, but that used to be our iPhones when it came to collecting numbers and stuff like that. The little black book. But yeah, the throwing your rock and hiding your hands, that ties in and falls in line with the good guy friend zone dynamic also. Because you being a good guy and put in a friend zone, that's the technique they're going to use to get rid of you. And or string you along when they need you to be a placeholder. When they need you to be a coaster to their proverbial drink of bullshit. But let's see some of these goofy complaints. Shall we? We shall.
Not all men are trash. I've come across a lot of really good, nice guys. A lot of my friends are male. I wouldn't put them in the category of men are trash, but the experiences, a lot of experiences I've had and my friends have. Why don't you date them? Because they're not physically my type. It's not their personality. It's just that I have a friendship with them, and I'm not physically attracted to them. But you see, they are physically attracted. It's not my type. Okay, but you see what I'm saying? Like there are guys that would treat you well in your friend zone. But that's the thing also, because I'm saying not all men are trash. I've come across a
See how they just sun you. Oh, it's okay. It's all right to be in the friend zone. It's no problem. It's no problem. It's okay. It's okay. Fellas, you should know that. A lot of you should know this by now. And those that are on the fence about it, let me push you off the fence. Don't ever accept being in a friend zone. Like this lady just blatantly said, it means she's not attracted to you in that way. So don't value her friendship like it's more than gold. Like, oh, well, maybe one day she'll be attracted to me. Why would you even want that? And she's like, oh, after getting ran through by all these guys, well, all right, I couldn't seem to get what I wanted. Fuck, I guess I'll be with you. Sounds like DJ Envy's marriage. Why would you want to be DJ Envy? You definitely shouldn't envy that situation. But a lot of you guys, you have it in your mind that I have to be nice. I don't want to be a jerk, because maybe you grew up in an environment that you grew up with your mom raising you, and she was always complaining about guys, and oh, guys are treating me bad, and this and that, and at a young age, your dad left because he got tired of the bullshit. So you like, you know what, I need to step up. I make sure my mom finds her Prince Charming. So now all of a sudden you're in the business of saving your mom, but it's not your job to do that. She is a grown woman, and she'll be quick to tell the guys that she deal with, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. And if you start to put two and two together at a young age, you'll figure out, oh, that's why you can't keep a man. And when a lot of women talk about, you want me to do all this for you? I ain't your mama. as if you asked them to be that. First of all, I wouldn't want to date my mama. That's an incestuous thought to even insinuate that. Which is why I don't understand why it'll be a lot of black women that say that. A lot of ABWs. I ain't your mama. Your mama black. What does my mama have to do with you being a piece of shit broad? Absolutely nothing. What does my sister have to do with that? Absolutely nothing. If I had a daughter, what does she have to do with that? Absolutely nothing. See, this hive mindset that a lot of modern women have is the reason why they will never find happiness in the dating world. Because they think, especially when they look at celebrities and they try to live vicariously through them and their fabricated lifestyles, and they look at them and they be like, well, if it happened to her, then, well, now she's talking about fuck men. Maybe I should get on that too. Well, she's worth $60 million, so her getting in that mindset, it's not going to help you none, and you making 35 grand a year. It doesn't apply to your life. You have to learn how to separate reality from the fantasy world that you're living in. But a lot of women, they don't hear that explanation and that straightforwardness. They don't understand that. The first thing a lot of women would do, they'll think you're attacking them. No, I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to help you see reality. But you don't like that, so screw it. Let's see what this broad has to say. Shall we? Let's take a journey to the end of all reason.
I got a little upset at the way I was being treated by men and the way all my friends were being treated by men, and really women in general were being treated by men.
Most men treat their woman like a queen, but those are the average men. Her problem is that she's chasing the guys who are the top 1.
Yeah, and then you get that with a lot of these broads that do that. And the crazy thing is, whether directly or indirectly, the sixes, the six pack, 6 figures, 6 plus 6 inch long dick, the 666 conundrum, they want all these things. And they want that guy to have all the swag and charisma. They want other women to want him. But ironically, they expect him to only want her. And that always struck me as being the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. But a lot of women think like that. Why should he just be with you? If he have all these things that you covet, and a lot of women like you think the same way. They covet men like him that has all these things. Why should he just be with you? If he has all these things and he happens to like you, he can find another woman that looks just like you in a better situation. Maybe she has more money. Maybe she's easier to get along with. Why should he just be with you? Why shouldn't he also have a black book? But they don't understand it. You tell them that they're going to end up having to share if they want these type of guys. Some of them will blatantly be like, no, I'm not going to share. For other ones, when you tell them that, they get extremely quiet because in the back of their mind, they know they're going to have to share if they want that kind of guy. And then on top of all that, you have women that don't want to cook, don't want to clean, but they want you to be the traditional man that pays for everything, and they don't have to pay for anything. Her money is her money. Your money is her money. That's how they think. Case in point. Let me play this a little. Wait a minute. Let me set this up right quick.
We can afford, if I'm independent, you independent, we can afford a nanny. We can afford a chef to come meal prep for us because I just eat meal preps anyway. So we can afford somebody to do our meal preps. Like we can afford this lifestyle to where it's not taking away, So now that I'm independent, I'm working the same hours you working. You know what I'm saying? Like we can afford to do that together, and we can still afford, now that we're both independent making money, it's not all on you. So now we're going on vacations. So where are the arguments coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like what's life right now? Like to me, it sounds amazing. This is not.
And this is the mindset these women have. Don't want to cook, don't want to clean. We can get a chef to prep our meals, this and that. So if that's the case, you call yourself strong and independent, and I'm working just like you, and I'm tired just like you, and all these things. I have one simple question for you modernized, feminist minded thinking women. Black, white, whatever you are. Why does that man need you? Because now you just like everybody else, all these other women walking around. Walk around with your cheeks hanging out, your boobs hanging out. You don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, because as a lot of you say, I'm not your mama, I'm not your maid. What does he need you for? What do you provide that no other woman provides? What do you have? Because if all you stepping through the door with is that taco between your legs, he can go to Vegas and buy that if he wants. So basically, you have nothing. You have nothing that that man needs in his life. So now it comes down to if y'all get along, and a lot of y'all are hard to get along with anyway. Your personality sucks. Some of you don't have any at all. And the ones that are pretty in the face and you got a nice little body, this and that, you lay in the bed and y'all can't do shit. All that shit y'all be talking, all the twerking y'all be doing, and like, I do this and that, and through the text talking all greasy in a good way, you know what I'm saying? Then you get in bed and shit, and you're like a fucking snail, all slow moving and no creativity, and you just, and it'd be the so-called dimes. It's just like, so you just basically a blow-up dog? I mean, you can't do anything. But yet you expect men to bow down to you and worship the ground you walk on and chant out, oh, the black woman is God, and all this stupid nonsense. While you throw the rock and hide your hand. Because when you get tired of that situation, or when you realize that that guy that you coveted so much, that guy that has all the things that you find valuable, all the materialistic things that you find so great, and you realize that, oh, he has access to many other women, some of which look better than you, might even do more for him than you as far as being a more rounded woman. Now you start making up phony arguments and shit like that. And the men that you have in the friend zone, see, now you're looking for them to comfort you and listen to all your complaints. And why does this man not want to be with me? What am I doing wrong? You're doing everything wrong. Let me just break that to you. You are doing everything wrong. Make no mistake about it. Every fucking thing. And you got the poor simps running around kissing your ass. Sure, I'll be in a friend zone. Sure. I love it here. Has great furniture. Being in a friend zone is great. Shit. Are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want to be here? Yeah.
Now that I got your attention, let's take it to the comments and discuss.
When the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can...
I don't know about y'all, but the look on her face, like she is ready. It's like the hamster in her wheel. Like, what? Wait a minute. I have to rebut that. My circuits are shorting out. The circuit breaker is tripped. I mean, she looked like she ready to just. Well, I disagree. You know, with the head waddle, I disagree. The bobblehead. Anyway.
never be repaired.
But wait, there's more. Keep listening.
So I'm asking you, since this is not a demonstration of a man, you need to tell me what man you're using to measure him with. Which one?
My idea.
Which is your idea. Now, is that the idea you trained him up to be?
No.
Oh. So how in the blazing Jesus are you holding him accountable to a standard that you didn't teach him, his father didn't give him, he don't even know what it is, and yet as his mother, you sit in his face and tell him you don't respect him as a man. Tell mothers.
And that also goes on a lot in the black community. Once the boys grow up, turn 18, and they started pushing towards that real adulthood, because the initial foot in the door, the initiated adulthood starts at 18. At 18, you can join the military, go off into the world, and really become a fully actualized man. At that stage, the baby mama hustle has ended. Now there are no longer those benefits that mother can receive. So now, all of a sudden, her attitude towards her son shifts. He's no longer a pawn that brings benefits to her financially. So now that relationship will start to change. And it depends on the so-called mother, how much and how extreme and what the dynamic will be after that. Now she can't make any money off you. How does she treat you? Just like another nigga out there in the street, another nigga in her house. And she claims that she's helping you. She's done all she could for you. including ran off your pops, but of course he's gonna get the lion's share of the blame, and that because he's the man, and he should have been strong enough to standing there with you while you emotionally abuse him and contribute heavily in his health deteriorating. He should stand in there with you and basically sacrifice his life. Literally. Throwing the rock and hiding a hand. It's never their fault. And the complaints will always come from a selfish point of view. Whether you're dealing with your lady, your wife, your mama, your sister, these relationships change as you reach adulthood, and then you see who these women really are in your life, who they've always been. Constant complainers, men bashers, men runner-awayers. This is what they do. But fellas, it's nice to know a lot of us have started to look through the cracks in our eyelids. Once you see through the cracks in the eyelids, then it's like, you know what, let me open these lids all the way the fuck up. And that's what men all over the world have started doing. And that's why a lot of these women are mad, because no longer will they be able to throw rocks and hide their hands. Men all over can see through all that shit. Like, oh, okay, you want me to spend all my energy defending myself while you out here doing who knows what with who knew, who knows what with who knows. Anyway, I'm about to get up out here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I just wanted to spread some love for a minute. Shout out to y'all. Everybody that support the channel, shout out to you. Much love and respect. The Blizz ain't going nowhere. Later.